realest team.
Welcome to the zone with RGB and Mike. Anthony's here too, let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run, Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth, we ain't afraid to fight. Flat Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, flashing crooked smiles. Come on, tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. RGB and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. Welcome to the
And welcome to the first episode of Conspiracy Chaos. My name is RGB. Joining me, my co-host Florida Mike. Florida Mike, what's happening, brother?
What's up, my dude?
What's up, brother? And then our producer, we got Anthony. What's up, Ant? Area 51, Anthony over there.
Is that what we're gonna call me? Okay, all right.
I like it. I like it. Everybody's got a nickname. Area 51 over there.
All right, I like it.
No, shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in here to the first episode. So basically, what you're going to see on this podcast, we're going to take a deep dive down all things conspiracy, from Bigfoot, JFK, current events. But for the first episode, we're kind of just going to give you a breakdown of who we are and how we got started on our conspiracy journey. So let me ask you guys to start off, and then I'll tell you a little bit about myself. But Mike, what started you down the conspiracy rabbit hole, so to say?
Early. I gotta say pretty early. I mean, first thing that ever pops to my mind when people ask me that, like, when did you start this? You just start this because of 9/11 and this and that. And actually, it was in school, man. When the first time I ever saw the landing on the moon, I thought to myself, well, how is it that we don't have internet? We have 13 channel televisions with aluminum foil and wires hanging out to get a station, and y'all can film you being on the moon. Like, that's the first thing I thought of. And then, being young has its advantages, especially, we'll get into everything as we go through this podcast about mind manipulation and whatnot. At a young age, your third eye's wide open. So when you start learning how to question things right away and not falling into what people may say the matrix, you just you learn to question everything, and you learn to research it, because everybody's going to question you. Everybody's going to call you crazy. Everybody's going to, and that part feels good. I think that's why I do it the most, and I keep digging. Is because people call me crazy, and I'm a lunatic, or you don't know what you're talking about. Those are contrails. Those types of people.
Has that number dwindled over the past, we'll say, 5 to 7 years? The people calling you crazy, especially with everything that's going on in the world and the way things went, and how the outcome is now. Let's say so.
Let's say that. Let's just say that I now have some listeners. I got people, I would say probably, unless they're too old, then they're too far gone when they're too old. But I would say probably about 60% of the people who have called me crazy have been like, no. Like, I even have a couple people who actually back me now. They're like, no, listen, Mike Ray knows his stuff. Like, you got to listen to what he's got to say, because everything he's told me has come true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, how do you know? And the first thing I tell him, I said, honestly, it's common sense.
Yep.
That's how you know. You use that.
It's kind of funny too, because like, it started, like, I was to the point where I would go somewhere and people would be like, yo, Raj, what's the new conspiracy today? What's the new conspiracy today? I'm like, oh, you guys are crazy. Like, I don't even like dive into it. Like, I listen to a couple podcasts kind of thing, but like, I've always questioned everything from Like I'll go back to dinosaurs. Like I don't think dinosaurs existed. I think the bones they're finding are Nephilim giants. Like there's a lot of things like the Titanic. Like there's like I started getting into it really the whole me personally was like Loch Ness. Like that was always like
Yeah.
the cryptids kind of thing was like kind of where I started Loch Ness and Bigfoot and taking that trail. And then when I was a little bit older, I started reading about JFK. But then once 9/11 happened and I seen that Loose Change 9/11 by Jason Bermas documentary.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. I can send you a link for that. That was the biggest eye opener to me ever. I remember I watched it like twice. I was down in my buddy's apartment. And one of the guys put me onto it and I watched it and I sat there. I was like, yo, what did I just watch? And then I remember I was like talking to someone. I'm like, yo, you got to watch this. And I sat there and watched it with them on the computer. It was like a YouTube thing, like when you could do things on YouTube. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. So from like that point on, I really started diving in like to everything. I went back into like really looking at JFK stuff. I looked at, I mean, you can go back to the moon, like you said, the moon landing, Area 51 stuff. Like I started diving in everything. And then now there's so much current event stuff going on that it's like, holy shit, from, you know, the Vegas shooter, not even the most recent one where the Cybertruck blow up. The Vegas shooter, we know nothing about. You know,
Exactly.
there's still no answers to a lot of this stuff, and it's
We know
interesting.
he had two different color pairs of shoes, that Vegas shooter, red and blue.
Right, there's a lot of crazy stuff, and like me and you, Mike, we've been into it for a while, and I know for Anthony's kind of just diving into it. So, and why don't you tell us a little bit about how you like what made you really like, holy shit, these guys are onto something. I'm not. I mean, I've been like thinking, some of the stuff we said years ago, you're probably like, yo, these guys are nuts. But now it's to the point where like, damn, I guess they're really onto something. So what made you flick that switch?
Well, first of all, Raj, thank you for helping me open my eyes. You and my dog, Mikey,
Yeah.
my best friends growing up. He would probably, let's rewind about 6-7 years ago, pre-COVID, none of that was around yet, but Mikey would be sending me videos from 9/11. He'd be sending me videos of vaccines and what they fucking do to people and all this shit. And I'm like, Mikey, stop. That's what I used to say. Like, I fucking be like, come on, dude. You're fucking dumb. You're an idiot. Like, listen, you smoke too much weed, buddy. Like, keep smoking. Smoke another bong. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Take another bong hit, Mikey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then, like, I started following pages on my own. I started doing my own research, opening my own eyes, and seeing shit on my own without anybody having to tell me, basically, man. And a lot of the shit out there, bro. And I'm going to start at 9/11. I'm really going to start at 9/11. I'm not even going to call that a conspiracy anymore.
No.
I'm not, because, well, let me ask you something. Is it like true that the term conspiracy like was formed by the CIA because they didn't want
George Bush Senior?
Is that what it was? Well, I thought it was even. I thought whatever. They didn't want people. They called conspiracy people. Whatever it was created because they didn't want the government questioned anything of that nature. Which I
and
get.
they make them off to be crazy people. Like look at you ever see that movie, Conspiracy Theorist with Mel Gibson?
I have not yet, but I'm like really interested in any conspiracy movies. But
dude, great movie. So him and is it Julia Roberts in that movie?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's Julia Roberts, dude. But like they try to make him look completely nuts and like frame him and do all this crazy stuff. And it really like that was another movie I was like, wow, this is cool. Like Enemy of the State with Will Smith, probably Will Smith's best besides what the hell is the one he does with his kid? Man, it's about that dude who man, I can't remember, but Enemy of the State is an awesome movie just to show you like how much like 9/11 changed everything for us, especially because we lost everything. Like we hit at that point, we were put under 100 like 24-hour surveillance, 24/7 surveillance after 9/11. As soon as they signed that Patriot Act, we lost all our really American, like as American citizens, our power.
Mhm. I wonder how that worked out. Was that a coincidence?
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's the crazy shit, man. It's like nuts, dude. It
Yeah,
really is.
I dug deep, man. And there's a really good page on Instagram. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up shortly. But if
Yeah,
you just
there's
watch some of the videos and you read some of the comments and some people that were there, that were actually there that morning, that talk about what they witnessed, a lot of shit just doesn't add up. A lot of it does not add up from that morning. And
no,
I honestly think the American people are owed an apology. And well, here's the thing:
you,
it's never gonna come out. It's never gonna come out. Never, ever, ever going.
that's not what Joe Biden thought before he left office. He took one of the guys out of Guantanamo Bay and like I don't know if he freed him or took him off death row or something,
Full
dude.
pardon, yeah.
Yeah, pardoned him basically.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I think a lot of stuff has to be exposed right now. I think we're
And I
owed.
think it's gonna, man. I mean, Trump just signed the thing to release the documents on JFK, Martin Luther King, and what was the other one? There's
JFK, Martin Luther King, and
there's one more. There was one more person on that document that he freed it to. And the cool thing is, you see at the end when after he signed it, he gave the pen to the guy and said, "Make sure RFK gets this. Make
yes,
sure, make sure not."
It was Robert Kennedy's
Yes, yeah, RFK. It was RFK, JFK, and
and MLK.
yep.
but yeah, a lot. But so, anyways, Raj, back to like what really got me into it. It's nothing really got me into it. I'm not going to say like I wanted to be a conspiracy theorist. Kind of fucking happened accidentally. And now I tell you, I lose sleep because I'm up till 3 a.m. sometimes going deep down that rabbit hole, so to say. That's what they call it. Is that what they call it now? A rabbit
Yeah,
hole?
you're going down the rabbit hole, man. You dive, and that's the thing. Sometimes these things are endless, bro.
There's so
Sometimes
because
these
there's
are endless.
so many. There's people will post links and they'll post facts and they'll post pictures and they'll post stories and some wild shit out there, dude. And I think we were just lied to over the years. I think the internet kind of got away from whoever was lying to us. They didn't expect.
That's exactly it. The internet got away from them. Great quote right there. So there's a lot of shit too where you're gonna hear me reference like tinfoil hat, Sam Tripoli, my man XG, and Johnny Woodard over there at tinfoil. Episode 314, and when I sent that to you, I think that was one that you were really like, hold. I'm like, I don't know if you listened to that one. I don't like to say the people's name.
He got started on it. I know that when I first met Florida Mike and he got into the tinfoil.
It's a long one. It's like a 2.5 hour one, but it goes deep and it goes deep into like the Federal Reserve.
I watched that one and I watched the one with him and Joe Rogan.
Yeah, yeah, he goes on with Rogan a couple times. Yeah, Tripoli's the man.
But so, anyways, no, Florida Mike, you know what I'm talking about. Mel Krell is brilliant. She's goes deep too, man. But the episode Roger is talking about, trust me, you know, you might be forgetting about it, but it was when we first met, we first got into it.
Oh, I remember you sent me the thing for it.
I think it was the YouTube link I sent you and said you just got to watch this shit. It is fucking wild, dude. It is wild.
That's the one where Anthony, I think, kind of was like, yo, this shit is like crazy. Like you started, that's when like, what I noticed too is like, all right, so I'm 41. You guys we're all right around the same age, I believe. I don't know how old Mike is, but we, yeah, so all right around the same age. Like if you notice too, like guys our age are not afraid to push back a little bit to authority, to where like our parents and stuff and like the older generation, they were so institutionalized to where everything was done a certain way and that's how we have to do it. We go to school, we go to school, we put our book bag here. We go to do this. If you're in class and you got to go to the principal's office, you go to the principal's office. You know what I mean? Like, or there were certain kids who were terrified to go to the principal's office. I got a feeling
the board of education, man.
Right. I got a feeling the three of us, if we're going to the principal's office, we're going to the principal's office. Who gave a shit? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how my mentality. I was going to take my whoopings, like whatever. Other kids would be terrified to go because they were afraid of pushing back. Like,
give me that vacation, baby.
Yeah, right. That's how I look at it. PlayStation, some prices right. We good, you
Yeah,
know.
that's it. Parents are at
So,
work. I got the house to myself. Let's do it.
like I think we're starting to break that chain of the institutionalization, and I think also like Anthony spoke earlier of the internet getting away from them. It also open up the door for us to have so much more knowledge and to communicate amongst each other. Like Mike, like we're talking right now. You're in Florida and we're still having like this is the opportunity for like your thoughts and what happens down there with conspiracies. Like we can communicate right away right now, opposed to even 20 years ago. You still
Yeah.
have to, over the phone, yeah, but we're talking face to face 30, 40 years ago. There's no communication like this.
No.
So the internet definitely got away from them in that sense, for where there's so much information out there. Like you can go up and look up all this information, and they hide a lot. They shadow ban a lot. They don't want to. They obviously Zuckerberg was just talking about it on Rogan, to where they he admitted to hiding what they thought was false information and all that
Yeah.
shit. But and I think we're getting it back, man. I really think this regime here is gonna take over. I think I don't know. I know Mikey has feelings on Elon. I still don't know how I feel about Elon, but I think I'd rather have my trust is more in him than it is in Zuckerberg.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, I could see that definitely. I mean,
Or Bill Gates.
yeah, 100%. And I mean, man, who would ever want Zuckerberg the reptilian on their side of anything? You know what I mean? Like, let's go. But no, I totally get it. But I think as far as the internet getting away, I think that our generation is special. Because I think after hours, like these kids now, I think the internet has caught back up. At least the agenda for the internet has got caught back up, because everything you see with kids is a tablet, headphones on, tablet in their hands, restaurants, tablets in their hands, cell phones in their hands, and
Yeah.
they're completely disconnected from life. Um, you
So
know,
true. It's so we were outside playing. Kids don't go outside and play anymore. Like
yeah,
kids aren't
exactly.
riding their bikes around the neighborhood. None of
Exactly.
that
Going
shit.
through mud puddles, ding dong ditching, just whatever, dude. Like you better be home by the time the lights are on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, my mom used to scream our names across the neighborhood. We'd be running, coming home, getting ready, eat, take a shower, do homework, go to bed.
That
And
was it, man. That was it.
but if and if it's light out, you better not be home.
No,
But if
hell
we
no.
do come
The
over,
only time you were home is if it was raining or cold out. That was it. That was
yeah,
it. That was it. That was
moms would
it.
rotate making friends lunches because they'd be over all day long.
Hell yeah.
Dad making a ruckus.
The good
And then
old
the
days.
internet came.
So let me ask you.
Go ahead. I think you hit the nail on the head though, Raj. With we're fighting back, bro. Bottom line is
Yeah, it's starting to happen.
our generation. But go ahead.
I was going to ask you actually, Anth, what is your being new to conspiracies here? This is what I'm going to bounce a lot off of you for this first episode here to try to get a little bit of knowledge about you guys. But what's your feeling on reptilians? You believe in like the whole reptilian thing?
I'm not sure, not yet. Although, however, I have seen the videos. I'm not sure if it's AI created, and I can't figure out what is AI.
There's a couple. There's one with Katy Perry where her eye gets stuck. There's a couple with Katy Perry actually. There's a couple with Beyonce.
Yeah.
Big
Cardi
Mike.
B.
There's a couple with Michelle Obama. Looks like she has an arm growing between her legs.
Yes. Oh, who's the one? Who's the one that? Who was the one that? Oh, that is a joke. Actually, I didn't even. Over my head. Over my head. I'm sorry. But who
I
was
don't
the one?
think Jennifer Aniston thinks it's
That
funny.
was fucking funny. Who was the bang? Who was the one that fell? There's a video of a girl that falls and her leg looks like it's fucking like.
Oh yeah, the one that act on the red
Selena
carpet
Gomez?
there.
Who was that?
Yes, it was Selena
Selena
Gomez. Yep.
Gomez?
It
Yeah.
was. You saw the video, so yeah. I don't know. Is that what they're called? Reptilians or fucking aliens?
Shapeshifters, reptilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yes. I believe in it. Yeah, because you know what? Shit, this is a fucking wild fucking universe, so to say, whatever the fuck.
That's what it is, bro. We don't know what we're in, man. We
Whatever
don't
the
know
fuck
what
we're
we're in.
And but yeah, yes, I believe it. Yeah, I do, because now I've seen video that is again, could it be AI?
Sure.
But I don't know, man. There's a lot out there, bro. I've seen it.
What do you got, Mike?
Oh yeah, let's do it. I mean, dude, we got reptilians for sure, 100%.
You know,
Um,
I used to think no shot, but I'm kind of falling down that path too, dude. Like I'm talking 5 years ago, I was like, yo, there's no like that's craziness. But then like the more shit you see, it's like, damn, I guess maybe there is a chance of this shit.
and like so, I mean, almost I mean, a lot of conspiracies, whatever branch conspiracy you go off of, but like most conspiracy theorists believe of the ice wall
Yeah.
and something on the other side of that. So I think, yeah, definitely there are walking reptilians over there that are very smart. You know, they blend in. They want to make sure the order of power stays. They want to make sure we as a race, civilization, are doing what we need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, missing children, you know.
That's sad shit, dude. And we could show proof. We will all fucking show those links.
Oh hell yeah! There's so many links.
But you know, there's I was talking to you gentlemen about it, and I believe Raj said he saw it, but it was a movie series in the 80s. It was called V. That's all it was called.
That was Willie. Willie seen that.
So if you look it up, I don't know where you would be able to watch it. Amazon maybe.
YouTube
it's called
probably.
YouTube. It's called V, and what it is,
letter V.
Yep, the letter V, and it's a movie series. I think there's like 5 of them, and it's where reptilians come over, pretty much strong arm their way in to blend in with us.
Oh.
And they actually had real skin and everything, and every
Again,
now
like,
and then,
in the middle of the movie, like throughout the movie, like they shows like their bones or like not the like
their scales.
Yeah.
And like the leader.
How long? When was this, Mike? Because now I am starting to get fucking
early 80s. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I kind of remember that, dude.
Hold on, I got us. That's what I'm here for. But
yeah, look it up. Look it up. V, movie series V, 1980s. So like there's like one scene where the leader, and she's smoking hot reptilian. I'll say it now before I even tell you what happens. Like, but she literally grabs a live, like New York style size rat and eats this thing. And in the middle of the mid conversation, talking with her whatever you want to call them, you know, and then there becomes like a rebellion, and they're fighting against the reptilians.
Did you find it? Did you find it?
Can I do a screen?
Pull it up.
Yeah.
Can I bring it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. All right, man. Thank you.
There should be like a little trailer.
I got you.
But
share screen.
A rebellion starts, and they would start attacking inside the government because there's reptilians blended into the government. Our president, the president at the time, was a reptilian.
I remember this. I'm telling you, once he pulls it up here, I'm going to remember this.
Dude, and you know, as we go on, obviously it's our first episode, but we'll get deep diving into Hollywood. So,
yes.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring that. Hold on. I got to turn the volume up.
Yo, the 80s. There's nothing better than an 80s movie, though.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
There's nothing better though. They're really like a Van Damme or a Steven Seagal.
They're the best, dude. See, look, and it says past, present, and future.
Where'd he go?
Yo, is this the one with Rowdy Piper?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
let's go. I'm gonna draw their fire. You haul it over to those trees. Mike, you're crazy. We're going out together.
No,
The leader of the rebellion.
Go. Hand in gear. Go. Mike.
Mike ain't gonna make it.
Oh, Mike will make it.
Yeah, don't play the whole thing though. Yeah,
Yeah, I just paused.
yeah.
I had to pause.
So, try to show one where
It's
you
3
can see
minutes
the
long,
lizard.
but yeah, it says like a year. It says
Read it.
year. I'm just gonna read a year after Liberation Day, courtesy of the red dust bacteria, the
Oh, shit.
humanoid lizard-like aliens develop a resistance to the microorganism and try to regain control of the Earth. Only now, some humans are knowingly working with him. Wow. I've never, you know what, Mike? I have never seen this movie, never seen this series. Now
No,
that we're
I was
watching
thinking of
it,
something
but
else. I
have
think
to.
I got to see what the alien looked like. But dude, that's the thing though. This is the one of the rules for the elite is they have to tell us what they're doing. They don't have to necessarily come out and say, "Hey, we're going to fucking poison you," but they'll tell us in a way. They'll subliminal message us to so that way it's like, oh well, we told them. Like when they go to the fucking pearly gates, well, we told them this is what was going to happen. You know, so you got to be
Yeah,
careful with Hollywood, man. There's a lot of shit in Hollywood that does come true to light.
Mike told me about that. He told me all about they told us they tell us, they give us the warnings, the signs are all there.
They're
Florida
always there.
he shows me every time.
They're
Every
always
time.
there, man.
I mean, there's so many movies. I mean, I won't even get into that, but I almost went down the Disney thing, but there's so many movies that Hollywood makes that may not tell the future directly, but the subliminal messages, which not everybody can see,
Yep.
show the story of what is going to happen.
And it could
You
be something 10 years like earlier, but it's
Yeah.
they told you. Like Outbreak. Outbreak is kind of a sign for COVID coming. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's put the
I
mask
Am
on.
Legend. I Am
Yeah.
Legend,
I
where it
Am
hit New
Legend.
York.
All that shit, dude.
Yeah,
All that shit.
can I interrupt
I wrote that.
one more screen share, guys? This is fucking it's just too funny. It's too
Big
funny.
on.
Hold on a minute, guys. You're gonna actually laugh at this one. It's really funny. I think I sent this to Florida Mike earlier, and we were both laughing our asses off on this one. Hold on, let me bring it up. Hold on. Oh, it's too funny. I'm gonna unmute it.
Convicted of sex crimes involving children. And he's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city that people like us walking the streets.
Oh, is that the Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
video.
gonna mute it. I'm gonna mute it now, which isn't like to end it, but I just think it's too fucking funny. I was laughing. What are your thoughts of Dr. Phil going around with what's his name, Tom Holman or whatever?
The best is that guy goes, "Oh shit, you Dr. Phil. I see you on TV."
Isn't that crazy though that he's fucking going around making rounds too, Dr. Phil, my guy? It's
Yo,
pretty funny.
it sucks for some of these guys who are out here like earning a living. Like it does. Like if these guys came over here and they're earning a living, it sucks, right? They got families they're trying to support 100%. Like I get that. But come here and do it the right way and you're good. Just do it the right
That's
fucking
it.
way. That's it. That's like it's
all
good.
we're
Like
asking.
just come through the right way. I know it probably sucks. The process is probably a pain in the ass. Sure. But the money you're probably paying a coyote to get you over there, it's it's the same. It's just the time. Make your money over there, and then boom, come over here and go right back to working for the lawn company or the pool company or whatever the fuck they're doing, wherever they're doing.
There is a lot of there's definitely a lot of though there's a little too much like red tape maybe that the government does have that I would say for Florida Mike, we just went over this with Adam's family and friend. They're from Haiti, okay? And his in-law is actually a doctor in Haiti, but can't find a job or whatever because it's Haiti and is trying to come here, has a doctorate, could have a job anywhere, but they're giving her a hard time coming in here legally. So I think there is a lot of red tape that the government puts out there that makes it very difficult, and it's very
right now, especially, it's going to be a
Yeah,
pain.
right.
as
Like,
well.
yeah, and it's not Trump's fault, right? So they what's wrong is we'll they influxed us with all these illegal immigrants. Venezuela's emptying prisons, Colombia's emptying prisons and packing them and sending them over. That reason is the reason why people who deserve to be here, I guess you can say, because they're going the right steps in the right way and applying, and that's why they can't get over here.
Yep.
And that's important. That's unfortunate. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully she doesn't give up. Hopefully they turn this around. I mean, they're sending planes full of illegal immigrants back over as we speak. So hopefully, once they get it under control,
What was it?
those
Was it Colombia? The Colombian
Yeah.
president, Trump, was going to put a 25% tariff on them, and then all of a sudden, that dude was offering the presidential plane to go pick him up. He said, "Oh,
So that's
I'm-
yeah. So
he
you know
said,
what happened too is
call
like
the
they
wife and tell her I'm on the way."
yeah. So they pissed Trump off, right? Because they landed and they're like, no. Trump got the phone call that she wasn't taking him, or he was playing golf.
Oh shit!
So they pulled him off the golf course. I guess they said there was like a gentleman there in another cart with a computer, did some of this, did some of that. And then next thing you know, I guess Colombia sent 2 planes back to follow ours. And then when they landed, they took the people and then brought them back over on their own planes.
Oh
Because
shit!
he said, first week, 25% tariff. He goes, if you guys don't take them, then we'll do a 50% tariff on the following week. And
He's a gangster, bro. He's doing what he said he was going to do. He's cleaning shop. He's doing what he said he was going to do. And
to
he's
me,
doing what we need done.
absolutely. And to me, I think what people like us can see, we're about to see a big power change
Yes, sir.
and elites. I think, especially with Trump just graduating to 33-degree Mason, and him teaming with Musk, that is the power to stop the Illuminati. If you think about it, Trump is ending his agreement with the World Economic Forum. He's ending his agreement with the Paris climate control change.
He ended
And
his agreement with the WHO, not the WEF.
WHO, and he's currently in talks with the World Economic Forum.
Okay.
So those 3 right there, we already know who run those.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
We know. Also, Trump wants to change currency.
Yeah, I seen that. XRP, baby, buy it now.
So with him changing that means the others don't have control of the banking. Right. That's a huge money funneler. Yep. He's also thinking about taking education out of federal and putting it into states, which is also a huge knock on the others.
He's trying to slowly take piece by piece, take power away. And he's doing all right. So basically, if he gets rid of the Fed and the IRS like he's trying to do, dude, he's doing what JFK was trying to do.
Yeah.
So he's got to be on his fucking toes. Like if I'm him, I'm having the Secret Service. Sure, you guys stand out front, but I have my own private security. Guys like Tim Kennedy and all these SEALs and like all these badass dudes, like all Rogan's homies, basically just hanging out with me for the next 4 years. Like, yo, these are the guys who are protecting me, like some John Wick or some Jack Ryan type shit. Like legit.
I agree 1,000%, man, because people are going to be out to get this guy. There's no doubt. They already were.
They already were. They sent a 14-year-old up on a roof. It was too steep for the feds to get up on. I know.
Who just so happened to be employed by BlackRock, and the building that he was on just so happened to be owned by BlackRock.
Yeah, he was the one that was in the commercial, right?
Yep. Yeah. And then the shooter at the golf course was also employed by BlackRock.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look into it, and they own everything, but BlackRock, State Street, and
Yeah.
Vanguard.
So like, and we're talking about BlackRock's, and we're like the CEO Frank or whatever Frank, I think it is. He's freaking out right now. But so State Farm pulled out of LA months before the fires. So I went to look. I said, who owns State Farm? Well, the first thing you'll come up across, it'll say State Farm's not owned by anybody, blah, 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 right? So then you go a little deeper into the State Farm insurance and you say who's shareholders of so-and-so person who's with State Farm, right? So it backtracks straight to who? BlackRock.
Yep. It's funny.
And
There's a
Vanguard.
then it goes right to like we were talking offline there about like the 20-minute cities and right where they want that subway, not the subway, the rail there, the monorail or whatever the fuck it is. Right where they want to put that. It's just crazy. And then like you go back to Maui where everything that was blue didn't burn, but that's also a spot where they want to do the Maui, North Carolina, like all this shit. It's just too much. It's
Chile.
too much. Yeah, it's
They
all
did fires in Chile. Australia. There was a city in Australia also.
all these test runs. 20, what's it? Agenda 2030, right? Is that what it's called?
End of 2030.
Yep. 5 years away, boys. So
Full
what's
and in full speed ahead I mean, it's not slowing down as of right now.
I think it's getting slowed down by Trump, though. That's the thing. I think he pushed it back by 8 years.
See, I think
At least coming around the second time, I don't think they expected him to come around the second time.
I think these smart cities, I think, are actually Musk's and Trump's plan.
I could see that with Musk. I could for sure.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
am I reading this right? The Agenda 2030 is a United Nations plan to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure human rights by 2030. Is that the right thing I'm reading?
Yes, because the World Health Organization is part of the UN.
Yep. Look how they want to do it.
Wow.
So they want a cashless system.
Yep.
Right. They want everything, some type of electric or something to where like a smart city where no matter what, 24/7, you are connected to everything. Your banking, your info. They want
This is where they want to put that chip in you and go scan it at the grocery store. You just swipe your wrist over the register.
They want you to have a social credit score. So say you like miss work. Not only are you going to lose money, but they freeze your bank account and shut your car off.
Yeah. Well, that shit. You don't make your car payment. They're just going to shut you. You can't go and start your car.
Wow.
You're late on your thing. They just shut you off, or they just take it from you, or you ain't going to buy nothing. Like you're not going to do anything until you catch up on everything else. Like
exactly. And while all that happens, your social credit score continues to drop. So what happens is you start losing what they would call
equity, I guess.
Yeah, equity, like our allowance. Like you can't go out to dinner. You can't go out with your friends to go bowling or go golfing. You can't because you're completely locked into your smart house because you can't go anywhere while there's a robot in there watching over you.
And when you guys are talking about them and them doing this, are we talking about the Illuminati?
We're talking about exactly the people we were talking about a couple minutes ago that run everything, basically.
Yeah,
that's pretty much who it is. The 13 families. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. The Illuminati, the 13 families. That if you go down the bloodlines, you're probably going to find the Vanguards and the BlackRock.
100%. That's the thing. When you get into the 13 families, then you get into numerology of stuff like 13. When you see 13 involved in something, 13, 33, 77. When you see these numbers involved in like certain events, you know it was a psyop. So like there's something with like even flight 93 is a number, but like a lot of times there'll be a mass shooting and 33 people are injured or 33 people killed or whatever the case may be. When you see that 13 injured, 13 killed, like those are the ones that are like, all right, pay attention to this one because there's something involved there. It's 13 and 33 are the big ones. 77. Wasn't there a flight 77 and 9/11?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So like
And then
77's another one.
what is it in like children's movies? Is A103, I believe. See A103,
Yep.
and that's the numerical code for adrenochrome.
Yep. And that's real big in Monsters Inc. That's a big one in Monsters Inc. Yep. Trying to scare the adrenochrome.
Yeah,
The
it's
other
in
one,
Cars, it's in Toy Story, it's in
yeah, Toy
Monsters
Story.
Inc.
Yep. The other one I want to ask you guys about before we get ready to wrap up here in the first. This is good. This is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a little bit of everything of where we kind of are in conspiracy. So like when we do get a dive into something, people kind of have a baseline of what we're talking about.
Yep.
But my favorite one of my favorite ones is the missing 411. I know I sent you guys a couple links. I don't know if you guys a couple weeks ago took a chance to dive into it. And like I told you before, it's cool because it's got local ties to us here in upstate New York. One of the guys there's a documentary by David Politis. It's available on Amazon, I believe. And a group of hunters go out. These guys are local Troy guys. And they go out on late afternoon hunting, like last couple hours, getting ready to wrap up the camping weekend. And see if you can pull something up for missing 411 David Politis. And
Yeah, because you said they made a movie too, right?
yeah, there's a whole documentary. So there's a bunch. The missing 411 this guy does is like a lot of missing people will go missing near water. They'll go missing near in the woods, like, and there's nothing ever found of them. So this guy went with like six people or 8 people, and 4 of them went and like lined up to wait for them guys to like walk the deer back to him. So the other 4 went and walked, started going around, and like 3 o'clock, it was time to come back. And they go looking for him. This guy's an 80 something or 75, 80-year-old guy, can barely get around. It's like it's the one thing he likes to go do is sit in the woods and hunt with the boys. So he's out there doing it. Like, it's time to come back. They're calling him. They got the walkies. They're hitting him up. Boom, boom, boom. He's not coming. He's nowhere to be found. So they even send off like they shoot a couple shots off just to say, where are you? It's time to go to see if he responds. Nothing. So eventually they go and they start like missing persons. The next morning they come out and it's a full-on search. There's 100 and some odd people out there searching for him. The next day there's like 300. Next day there's like 500. But then the FBI shows up. So for people that don't know, the FBI usually doesn't get involved in adult missing person cases. It's usually just children. So for the FBI to pop up was very strange. And to this day, this guy has never been found, never a piece of clothing. He had a candy bar wrapper in his pocket, his canteen, nothing has ever been found. His gun, anything, gone, vanished completely off the face of the earth. So they have no idea where he is. I actually went to school with his grandson, high school.
Man.
Yeah, so it's like, I remember this story when it was happening. I was like always kind of following in the local newspaper. And then this guy was on Tinfoil Hat one day. And I was like, oh shit, I know that. Like when he was talking about the story, Tom Messick is the name. It's just crazy. It's the Adirondacks. So shortly after he went missing, a guy over in Vermont in Green Mountain, which is probably 50 miles, 60 miles away, he disappeared. Very similar situation. Never to be found either. So there was something strange up in those woods up in the Adirondacks, man.
Didn't they say, wasn't there like missing children too? I think it wasn't, or is it just adults? I could have swore.
Usually
children?
just adults with the and the disappearances, and it's all national parks. It's all national parks. So there's also allegedly Eisenhower signed a deal after. Remember when they had the video that the pictures of the orbs or the whatever above the White House? Yeah. Allegedly that was Eisenhower was meeting with aliens when he said he was at a dentist appointment.
Okay. All right.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
All right. I think I got it, Raj. I'm going to bring up a couple.
What you got?
Hold on a minute.
It's really cool. Like, just because it's local, dude, it's like one of those things where we can tie it locally.
Okay. Dude, it almost gives me like man, that's I don't know. Because what else is up there? You guys got the Bigfoot area too, don't you?
There's a lot alleged Bigfoot up here, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I get the Bigfoot vibes. I also get
right, let me read this. Let me read this.
A portal, maybe.
Okay.
So Tom Messick, Thomas Edward Messick, November. So they're saying this happened in 2015.
Okay, so 10 years ago.
82 years old, an ex-paratrooper walked into the woods south of Brant Lake in New York State to hunt for deer and was never seen again.
Next paratrooper just disappears.
Oh, yeah. What's that guy's name right there? What's the name of that guy's page?
This right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this up right now. This is
Yeah, that's a good. Check him out. That's a good one.
Let me see it for a minute. Hold on.
Like the lore or something. Lore
Hold
Lounge. The
Hold
Lore
on.
Lounge.
Hold on. Can't even hear it.
Shout out the homies over at the Lore Lounge. Make sure we tag them. I gotta write that down.
Absolutely.
If you pull it up, yeah, that's a good one. Go check that out on YouTube. It's like an hour long, but it's good. The Missing 411 is really good. It's a cool story. It's a cool little story. I mean, it sucks that obviously this guy's missing and his family.
But I think it's aliens, obviously, right?
What's that?
Aliens.
Sorry, guys. I just turned that off because I couldn't hear anything. But yeah, there's Raj. I'll put the link up and we'll put that up in the stories. But yeah, there's a whole video on that. It looks pretty freaking wild. Holy shit!
I just wrote it down.
See, Anthony, look at you. You're 30 minutes from there. You knew nothing about it.
No, I had no idea about this guy.
One of my golf buddies I play in the summer with, Hank, he was going camping this year up there. And I was like, you know about the Missing 411? He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, and I told him the whole story. He goes, you're fucking out of your mind. I said, when you get home, I sent him the text. I said, when you get home, pop this on your Amazon on TV. So he goes, hey, honey, he sits down with his wife. Hey, honey, you want to watch something tonight? Raj told me there's a documentary about this guy in Brant Lake. He puts it on 10 minutes in. She's like, why you got me watching this? I'm never going to fall asleep now when we go up there. She was freaked out 10 minutes into it. This is a crazy fucking story, man.
I think I found something, Roger. I think. Let me bring it up one more time. Sorry, guys. I think this is the one you were thinking.
That's all right, man. It's the first episode. We're going to have some bumps in the road. We'll figure this thing out as we go here.
No, absolutely. So I want to share this, though. This is the actual one that I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the one?
So unusual, you have to think beyond the bounds of what's normal.
One of the reports says, well, the reason why you didn't find any DNA or blood or anything like Jared's clothing is because either he or something removed his clothing. There's just too much. There are too many questions that don't have answers.
This is a different one.
Is that the one? Is that the one you were talking about, Raj?
That's so he has a series of them. He has a series of them.
Oh, I got you. All right.
So they're all related to national parks. And real quick, see if you could pull up it's Eisenhower's treaty with the aliens. This is great that you can do this. Yo, Jamie, pull this up. See if you can pull that up real quick. I'm pretty sure that the whole theory was that he allegedly had a dentist. He had a toothache, and he had a dentist. He made a dentist appointment.
Yeah, it's right here. It's it's like a 5-minute long video, but
no, is there any articles about it though? No video, just a quick article, like a quick pop up.
Let me look. Hold on. Alien stories.
Yeah, because with he allegedly said he had a dentist appointment.
Oh, I got you. Got something other U.S.
What do you got? Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, man.
Yeah, like he was allowed to have so many people.
Yes, there's they can in a national park. There's a certain amount per year. But then I like to get into what the fuck, Into the Sky with the Travis. What is it? I want to say Travis Hunter, but that's not the kid's name. That's not the guy's name. That's the football player. Travis Walton. Travis Walton. You never seen that story?
No, I just started getting into documentaries and podcast stuff. I've always just been my own researcher kind of person.
Here's one.
You actually got me into the podcast parts.
Gotcha. So
my brain's all over.
This guy was on Rogan as well. The actual person. They made a movie about him. Travis Walton is his name. Into the Sky, I want to say the name of the movie is. He was a lumberjack, and him and his buddies.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. Fire in the Sky. Yes. Yep. Great movie. So they're all up in the woods, and they see this. They see these lights. They go over. They hop out of the car to go look at the lights. Everybody runs back to the car. He stays there. Boom. He's gone for like 2-3 days. Then all of a sudden appears back up in the woods. He's not talking. Like they go through the whole thing. Is this the Eisenhower thing?
Dude, Fire in the Sky. Is that the one where he builds like a volcano of mashed potatoes
I think so.
with their family, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I think I've seen it.
Is this the Eisenhower thing, Ant?
Yeah, I'm going to read it real quick for you.
All right.
There's a legend that President Eisenhower really met aliens, but is it true? Ryan Murphy, the creator of American Horror Story, has always been a bit of a maestro when it comes to taking mysteries from history and weaving his own supernatural theories into them. We first got a taste of it when Black Dahlia murder was shown in the Murder House in season 1. All right, let me fast forward a little bit. So we're left wondering, did Eisenhower really meet aliens? So it says, did Eisenhower really meet aliens? This is an incredible urban legend that has been kicking around since the early 50s. American Horror Story Death Valley starts with a fictionalized version of the supposed encounter. In February 1954, President Eisenhower was vacationing in Palm Springs, California, when he abruptly disappeared. The press, not knowing what was going on, mistakenly sent out a bulletin stating Eisenhower died tonight of a heart attack in Palm Springs. It was retracted. There are 2 theories as to where President Eisenhower went. The first comes from Eisenhower's press secretary at the time, James Haggerty, who claims the president chipped a porcelain cap while eating what we assume was the world's toughest chicken wing.
Look at me go.
The second is that he was called away to meet aliens. Yeah. A few months after this alleged alien encounter, his self-proclaimed mystic said he was at Edwards Air Force that night and saw the president with both flying saucers. The story even made its way to National Enquirer, which nobody can fucking believe that. That's all.
I used to love that as a kid, dude.
Speaking with the Washington Post about this incident, the 50th anniversary, Michael Sala, a former American university professor, said that there was telepathic communication between Eisenhower and aliens. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely stories out there, bro. I could keep
pretty good though, right?
It is fucking
very impressive.
It's pretty cool.
Good.
It's pretty
So
cool.
I just put both of you guys onto something you didn't know today. There we go. I like it.
I had no idea about that. I had no idea.
Yeah, Fire in the Sky though, man. Watch that with Travis Walton and follow it up and
Yeah,
watch.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
You probably have, and then check out the Joe Rogan podcast that he's on. It's probably like a year and a half old.
Before we go, I just want to share one more. This was what I was looking for before when I came across that funny. I want all your listeners to follow this page because it is a really good one, man. It's a really good one, and I really learned a lot from this. Just reading comments, people who were there that morning. The page is called. It's on Instagram and it's called NYC_WTC. So it's we are always remembering what happened that day.
Yeah, we'll do a good episode on that where we'll get into building 7 and 6 and 7.
Yeah. But I mean, this page, go follow it. NYC_WTC. I'll share it with you guys. I'm not sure if you're already following, but it's really everybody should be following this page because there's a lot of people that were there that day, and it's
my principal's son passed away in the towers that day.
No, I know, man. It's really sad. I know
It's crazy.
I feel like we're just all own explanations of that shit of that day, and I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever.
Yeah, we'll do a good episode on that one. Obviously, being New Yorkers and then East Coast Mike here, Florida Mike.
Yes, sir. It was fun, man.
So, boys, I think this is a pretty good startup episode. Like I said, gives us a little base of kind of where we're at on everything. Gets the people a little bit of what direction we're going to go with some things. But We're planning on having some guests when we take a deep dive into particular topics with people with some more knowledge than us in
Hell yeah.
particular topics.
Yep.
I also think that like a lot of solo episodes and maybe do two-parters because there's so much information out there in certain things that you might not be able to get it done in 45 minutes to an hour. So I think we drop, every Wednesday, I think would be a good day to drop these. So probably see us every Wednesday. We'll have an episode out for you. And I don't know, boys, that's pretty much all you got for me. I'll have the Instagram and the Twitter page, the X page attached in the bio or in the description.
In the notes.
But yeah,
So real quick, I love you guys. Real fast. You put me down this whole thing with that whole fire in the sky thing, right? So the
Okay.
Walton guy, right? So you remember the movie Independence Day?
yeah,
Remember the dad that was in
Yeah.
the trailer, got abducted by aliens?
yeah, he's nuts in real life now.
Yeah.
Right, that's in real life now, and he kind of looks eerily similar to Walton. If you put their pictures side by side, they kind of look similar.
Okay.
So I was looking, and he was a pretty big actor. They don't even have him on the cast list for Independence Day anymore.
Are you looking at the new one or the old one?
This is the old one, 1993 film.
Shit. What was his last name? His brother's big in Hollywood. He went nuts, dude. Him and
Yeah, like crazy because they shut him off.
Quaid.
I'm looking it up right now.
Quaid. It's Dennis Quaid's brother.
Yeah, he the Illuminati, and he went in front of the public on live television and was talking about how they were trying to grab him up and sell his soul, have him sell his soul, and like all this other craziness.
So
and
the guy you're talking about is Russell Cass, and I'm actually gonna
Quaid. It's Quaid. It's Dennis Quaid's brother, dude. I'm 99% sure.
Dude, the guy you're talking about though in the video that got abducted. Hold on a minute. Keep talking. It might be Quaid, but hold on. I'm gonna find this YouTube video that's on my other computer and I'm gonna share it. But I know exactly the person you're talking about.
Yeah, it's wildness, boys. It's wildness. There's so much. Like literally, we could go for hours just talking conspiracies because it doesn't end. And
hang tight for a minute. I'm gonna find this video for you. Keep talking.
I'm gonna. So, like with the new, even with every single day things going on, you're gonna have the fires going on. You got a couple weeks ago, you got the Cybertruck blown up, and then followed up by the Sean Ryan podcast. Was that true? Was that not true? We still don't know. Sean Ryan kind of faded in the dark right now. Is he a CIA plant? We know he's already CIA. He's admitted to it, but is he being pushed to the front like the Haktua girl? Is she a plot? You know what I mean? We don't know.
Controlled opposition.
Controlled op, man. Are these people being put in place for something? And it's like we said, you were saying earlier with the kids watching the tablets, man. We got to be careful of what these kids are watching at such a young age. And it rolls up to ourselves. We got to really pay attention to what you're watching. Turn the TV off. I got my parents and a few other people. Stop watching the news. If you want to watch TV, you want to watch a sitcom, you want to sit down and watch as the world turns on a Tuesday afternoon. Have at it, but don't watch the commercials in between. DVR that bitch and fast forward. You don't need that. You don't need that junk, man. You don't need that junk.
Absolutely. They call it a television for a reason.
Absolutely.
Vision.
They call it television programming.
That's right.
That is true. All right, ready? Is this the guy you're talking about before we close off?
Yep.
Dad, what's he doing? Come on, baby, come on. Good luck, buddy.
Hey, boys, I'm back.
Yeah, because he got
Because he got abducted.
And you're gonna have to put our logo over this for YouTube purposes.
Oh, that won't. Yeah, that won't.
We'll get flagged. We'll get flagged for all those videos probably on YouTube.
But, well, we'll give it a try. You're probably right. You're probably right. But that's the guy though you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I was talking about Dennis Quaid's brother. He was a Hollywood actor. He flipped out as well.
Yeah,
and he said the Illuminati was coming after him and a whole crazy shit. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. I think he might have passed away. Actually, I'm not sure though.
Probably
I can't
fucking-
remember his name.
Probably got fucking killed
by pneumonia.
They probably
Probably ammonia. Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah.
No doubt. This shit's wild, man. It's gonna be a lot to talk about. It's gonna be fucking fun.
It's gonna be a lot to
it's
talk
awesome.
about. Hoping to get some cool guests. I know that I was speaking to a guy. He does the Tartarian Explorer. That's one I would be interested in getting into. It's talks about the mud floods and all that shit. And Mike, I'd love to, someone down in Florida to get talking about like all like the history of the really like your state too, because there's a lot of crazy shit that happened down there with all the conquistadors and all that shit coming in.
Oh yeah.
Probably some wild stories out of there. And
Right now, Florida's under attack by the skies. So
right. There's another one we get into fucking chemtrails. Like it's endless topics. But I think we'll start off with we'll just pick a topic for a couple episodes and break it down, and then switch up into a guest, and once a week for now, and then we'll take it from there, boys.
For sure. Hell yeah, I'm down.
I love it. I love it, dog.
All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in to our first episode here. We'll be available on YouTube. We'll be available on Apple as well as Spotify.
Is there a tune in?
Talk to you next week.
Anthony's here too. Let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run. Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth. We ain't afraid to fight.
Area 51 in.
Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, fashion crooked smiles. I won't tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark, amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. RGB and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. Wake up to the soul.